Before you walk away, listen to this truth. Have you ever felt like giving up? Like no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to work. You're not alone. Every person who has ever achieved something great has faced that same moment. The moment when quitting feels easier than trying. But what if I told you that right now, in this exact moment, you have a choice that could change everything? Today, I'm going to share 5 powerful points that will inspire you to keep going, to push through the struggle, and to take that one more step, because your breakthrough might be closer than you think. 1. The moment everyone feels like quitting. There is a moment in everyone's life, a moment that most people don't talk about. It is the moment when everything feels too heavy, the moment when the dream that once excited you suddenly feels impossible. The moment when you sit quietly and ask yourself one painful question: is this even worth it anymore? Maybe you know this moment very well. Maybe you are living in it right now. You wake up every day trying to move forward, but it feels like nothing is changing. You work hard. You try again and again. You push yourself even when you feel tired, but the results are slow. Sometimes they are so slow that it feels like nothing is happening at all. And that is when the doubt begins. A small voice in your mind starts whispering, maybe this dream is not for you. Maybe you are not good enough. Maybe you should just stop trying. That voice can be very convincing. Because when life becomes difficult, when the progress is slow, when people around you don't understand your struggle, giving up starts to look like the easiest option. And the truth is, almost everyone who has ever tried to build something meaningful has faced this moment. The athlete who trains every day but keeps losing. The student who studies for hours but still struggles. The entrepreneur whose ideas keep failing. The artist whose work goes unnoticed. The dreamer who feels like the whole world is moving forward except them. At some point, they all stand in the same place. A place where hope feels weak, where motivation disappears, where the dream starts to feel too far away. And in that moment, something dangerous happens. You begin to compare your life to others. You look at people who seem successful. You see their achievements, you see their happiness, you see their progress, and suddenly your journey feels even harder. You start asking yourself, why is it easier for them? Why am I still struggling? Why does nothing seem to work for me? But what you don't see is the struggle behind their success. You don't see the nights they wanted to quit. You don't see the failures they experienced. You don't see the tears, the doubts, and the moments when they felt completely lost. Because the world only shows the victory. Rarely does it show the battle. And that battle is where most people give up. It is not the dream that destroys people. It is the distance between where they are now and where they want to be. That distance can feel overwhelming. It can feel like climbing a mountain that never ends, step after step, day after day, effort after effort. And sometimes it feels like you are climbing, but not moving. You start thinking, maybe I am not strong enough. Maybe I started too late. Maybe this dream is just too big for someone like me. But here is something important you must understand. Feeling like quitting does not mean you are weak. It does not mean you are failing. It does not mean your dream is impossible. It means you are human. Every person who has ever achieved something great has walked through this exact moment. The moment where their energy was gone. The moment where the road felt endless. The moment where they seriously considered walking away. But the difference between those who succeed and those who regret is what they choose to do in that moment. Some people stop. They tell themselves the dream was unrealistic. They convince themselves that quitting is the smart decision. And slowly, they return to a life that feels safe. But deep inside, a small part of them always wonders, what if I had continued? What if I had tried one more time? What if I had not given up? That question can stay with someone for the rest of their life. Because regret is heavier than failure. Failure hurts for a moment, but regret can stay forever. And that is why the moment when you feel like quitting is one of the most important moments in your life. Because this moment is not the end of the journey. It is the test of the journey. It is the moment where your character is built. It is the moment where your determination is revealed. And it is the moment where you discover something powerful about yourself. Your limits are often illusions. Your mind will try to convince you that you have reached the end. But many times, you are much stronger than you think, much more capable than you believe, much closer to your breakthrough than you realize. But you cannot see it yet, because the darkest part of the night always comes before the sunrise. Think about this. If success were easy, everyone would achieve their dreams. If the path were comfortable, everyone would keep going. But the truth is, the reason many people never reach their goals is because they quit in this moment. The moment when things become uncomfortable. The moment when the progress feels invisible. The moment when hope feels fragile. But this moment is also where winners are created. Not because they never feel like quitting, but because they refuse to let that feeling decide their future. They feel the doubt, they feel the exhaustion, they feel the frustration, but they continue anyway. One more step, one more attempt, one more day of effort, and sometimes that is all it takes. One more day before things begin to change. One more attempt before the breakthrough arrives. One more step before the path becomes clear. But most people never reach that moment because they stop too soon. So if you are standing in that place right now, if you feel tired, if you feel discouraged, if you feel like the weight of your dream is too heavy to carry, remember this. You are not alone in this moment. This is the place where every dream is tested. This is the place where every successful person once stood. And this is the place where you must make a decision, not about whether the journey is hard, because it is, not about whether the road is long, because it will be, but about whether your dream is worth continuing. Because sometimes the moment when you feel like quitting is not a sign that you should stop. Sometimes it is a sign that you are closer than you think. 2. Why struggle is part of the journey. There is something about struggle that most people misunderstand. When life becomes difficult, when progress feels slow, when rejection appears again and again, many people begin to believe one dangerous idea. They believe that struggle means they are failing. They believe that struggle means they are not good enough. They believe that struggle is a sign they should stop. But the truth is something completely different. Struggle is not a sign that you are failing. Struggle is a sign that you are growing. Think about every person who has ever achieved something great. Behind every success story, there is a story of failure. Behind every victory, there are moments of doubt. Behind every achievement, there were days when the person felt like giving up. Success never begins with perfection. It begins with mistakes. It begins with lessons. It begins with moments when things don't go the way you planned. But those moments are not there to destroy your dream. They are there to shape you. Because before success changes your life, struggle changes you. Struggle teaches you things that comfort never can. Comfort feels good. Comfort feels safe. But comfort rarely makes you stronger. Think about how strength is built. A muscle does not grow when it rests. A muscle grows when it faces resistance. When it is pushed, when it is challenged, when it is forced to work harder than before. The same thing is true for your mind, your character, and your dreams. Growth always requires resistance. Without challenges, you cannot develop resilience. Without failure, you cannot develop wisdom. Without rejection, you cannot develop confidence in yourself. And that is why struggle is not your enemy. Struggle is your teacher. It is the training ground where strong people are created. It is the place where patience is built, where discipline is formed, where determination becomes unbreakable. But many people never realize this, because when they experience struggle, they only focus on the pain. They focus on the disappointment. They focus on the feeling that things are not working. And because of that, they quit too early. They walk away from the very process that was preparing them for success. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. For days, nothing happens. For weeks, nothing appears. If you looked at the soil, you might believe the seed has failed. But underneath the surface, something powerful is happening. The roots are growing. The foundation is forming. Strength is developing in silence. And one day, the seed finally breaks through the soil. But that growth was not sudden. It was the result of everything happening beneath the surface. Your struggles are like that. Many times you feel like nothing is changing. You feel like your efforts are invisible. You feel like your hard work is not producing results. But beneath the surface, you are changing. You are learning. You are improving. You are becoming stronger than you were before. And that strength will eventually reveal itself. Another thing struggle teaches you is resilience. Life will never be a straight path. There will always be obstacles, unexpected problems, moments where things do not go as planned. If you quit every time life becomes difficult, you will never reach the destination. But when you learn to continue despite struggle, you develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to stand up again after falling. It is the ability to keep moving forward even when the road is hard. And resilience is one of the most powerful qualities a person can have. Because talent can open a door, but resilience keeps you walking through the storm. And every time you overcome a challenge, your resilience grows stronger. Your belief grows deeper. Your courage becomes greater. Another reason struggle is important is because it reveals who you truly are. When everything is easy, anyone can stay motivated. When everything is comfortable, anyone can feel confident. But when things become difficult, that is when your real character appears. Do you give up, or do you continue? Do you allow doubt to control you, or do you push forward despite fear? Struggle reveals your true strength. It forces you to discover abilities you did not know you had. Many people only discover their greatest power when life pushes them to their limits. And once they discover that strength, they realize something incredible. They realize they are capable of far more than they ever believed. But perhaps the most important reason struggle exists is because it prepares you for success. Success is not just about reaching a goal. It is about becoming the person capable of handling that success. Imagine achieving everything you want without learning patience, without learning discipline, without learning responsibility, without learning how to overcome challenges. That success would not last long because you would not yet have the strength to sustain it. That is why the journey includes struggle. The struggle builds the person who can handle the success. The struggle teaches you lessons that success alone cannot teach. It teaches humility. It teaches persistence. It teaches gratitude. And those lessons are what make success meaningful. So when you face struggles in your life, try to see them differently. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask yourself, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of believing the struggle is stopping you, understand that it may be preparing you. Preparing your mind, preparing your character, preparing your strength. Because every great journey includes difficult chapters. Every meaningful goal requires effort. And every strong person has walked through struggle. But the people who eventually succeed are not the ones who avoid struggle. They are the ones who learn from it. They grow through it. They become stronger because of it. So if you are facing challenges right now, if the road feels difficult, if failure and doubt seem to appear again and again, remember this powerful truth. Your struggle is not proof that you should quit. Your struggle is proof that you are in the process of becoming stronger. Struggle is not the end of the journey. It is the part of the journey that prepares you for greatness. And one day, when you look back at your life, you will realize something powerful. The struggles you once hated were the very things that made you who you are. 3. what you might lose if you quit now. There is a dangerous moment that many people experience on the journey toward their dreams. It is the moment when they feel tired, the moment when progress feels slow, the moment when it seems like all their effort is leading nowhere. And in that moment, a thought appears. A quiet thought that says, maybe it's time to stop. Maybe I should just give up. And sometimes that moment feels very convincing. Because when you have been trying for a long time, when you have faced failure again and again, when people around you start doubting you, quitting can feel like relief. It can feel like freedom from disappointment, freedom from pressure, freedom from the fear of failing again. But there is something very important you must understand before you decide to quit. When you give up on your dream, you are not only walking away from the struggle, you might also be walking away from the breakthrough. Many people never realize how close they were to success because they stopped one step too soon. History is full of stories of people who almost quit, people who faced rejection after rejection, people who were told no again and again, people who tried and failed so many times that the world believed their dream was impossible. But they continued, and because they continued, everything changed. But imagine if they had stopped just one moment earlier. Imagine if they had believed the doubts. Imagine if they had listened to the voices telling them to give up. The world might never have seen their success, and the same thing might be true for you. Right now, you might feel like your efforts are not working. You might feel like your dream is too far away. You might feel like the road is endless. But what if you are closer than you think? What if the breakthrough you are waiting for is only a few steps ahead? What if the opportunity that will change your life is right around the corner? The truth is, success often comes quietly. It doesn't always announce itself. It doesn't always appear when we expect it. Sometimes success arrives after the moment of greatest struggle, after the moment when quitting feels easiest, because the path to achievement is rarely straight. It is full of challenges, obstacles, and delays, but those challenges do not mean your dream is impossible. Many times they simply mean the journey is preparing you. Now think about something important. Imagine your future 5 years from now. Imagine the person you could become, a stronger person, a wiser person, a person who overcame difficulties and achieved something meaningful. Imagine looking back at today knowing that you continued when things were hard, knowing that you refused to give up, knowing that your persistence changed your life. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine giving up today. Imagine walking away from your dream. Maybe life becomes comfortable. Maybe the struggle disappears. But deep inside, a question begins to grow. A quiet question that appears in your mind from time to time. What if I had continued? What if I had tried one more time? What if I had not given up? Those questions can stay with someone for a lifetime because the pain of failure fades. But the pain of regret can last forever. Regret is heavy. It is the feeling of knowing you had a chance, but you did not take it. Knowing you had potential, but you never explored it. Knowing your dream was possible, but you stopped too soon. And the truth is, your dream is not just about you. Your dream might inspire others. Your journey might motivate someone who is struggling. Your success might open doors for people around you. When you give up on your dream, you might also be taking away the impact you were meant to create. There are people in this world who need your story. People who need to see someone like you succeed. People who need proof that persistence works. But that story can only exist if you continue. Another thing you might lose if you quit now is the person you are becoming. The journey toward your dream is not just about reaching a goal. It is about transformation. Every challenge you face is shaping your character. Every obstacle is teaching you something valuable. Every failure is building strength inside you. If you quit now, you stop that growth. You stop the process that is turning you into a stronger version of yourself. And that would be a tragedy, because the strongest version of you is still being built. And that version of you is capable of things you cannot even imagine yet. But that person only exists if you keep going. Another truth many people forget is this: success often appears after the moment when most people quit. When the road becomes difficult, many people turn back. When the results are slow, many people lose patience. When doubt becomes loud, many people listen to it. And because they stop, the path becomes empty, which means something powerful happens. The people who continue suddenly have less competition. They move forward while others step away. They get closer to opportunities that others will never reach. Not because they were the most talented, but because they refused to quit. Persistence is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It can turn ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. It can turn small progress into massive success. It can transform impossible dreams into real achievements. But persistence only works if you continue. So before you decide to give up, pause for a moment. Ask yourself one important question. What might I lose if I quit today? Not just the goal, but the experience, the growth, the lessons, the opportunities that might still appear, and the future that might still be waiting for you. Because sometimes the difference between success and regret is simply one more attempt, one more effort, one more day of believing in yourself. So if you feel tired, if you feel discouraged, if you feel like the road is too long, remember this: you might be much closer than you think. Closer to the opportunity, closer to the breakthrough, closer to the life you once dreamed about. But you will never know how close you were if you stop now. So take another step. Keep moving forward and give your future the chance it deserves, because quitting today might cost you the life you were meant to live. 4. The power of one more step. There is a secret that most people overlook on the path to success. It is not about giant leaps. It is not about instant results. It is not about doing everything perfectly. The truth is this: success is built one step at a time. One small decision, one small effort, one small action repeated consistently. Think about the people you admire most: the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the artists, the leaders. They didn't reach their goals in a single leap. They didn't suddenly wake up one day and find themselves successful. They got there by taking one more step, even when it was hard. One more day of effort, one more hour of practice, one more try after failure. That is the power of one more step. You see, every step matters. Even when you feel tired, even when progress is slow, even when no one sees what you are doing, every step moves you closer to your goal. And sometimes that one step is all it takes to change everything. Imagine you are climbing a mountain. The peak seems far away. The path is steep and rocky. Your muscles ache. Your mind doubts itself. And just when you feel like you can't go any further, you take one more step. And suddenly the summit feels a little closer. You take another step, and then another. Each small movement, each tiny effort, brings you closer to the top. Success works the same way. It is the accumulation of consistent, small steps. Not a single grand gesture, but the power of persistence. And here's the thing: you might not notice progress right away. You might feel like you are stuck. But every step is adding up, even when you cannot see it. Every hour you invest in learning, every failure you endure, every time you try again, it all counts. Even when it feels invisible. Even when it feels meaningless. Because one day, all those steps combine, and the breakthrough you've been waiting for appears. Many people fail not because they are incapable. Many people fail not because the goal is impossible. They fail because they stop taking steps. They stop trying. They stop believing in the power of one more effort. But let me tell you something. If you can take just one more step today, you give yourself a chance for tomorrow. If you can try one more time, push one more hour, make one more call, write one more page, you create the momentum that moves mountains. Even the greatest achievements in history started with one small step, a seed planted in the soil, a single stroke on a blank canvas, a single note practiced over and over, a small decision to try again after failure. Each of these steps, repeated consistently, led to greatness. And the power of one more step is that it turns ordinary moments into extraordinary results. When you feel tired, remember this: it doesn't matter how slow you are. It doesn't matter how hard it feels. What matters is that you keep moving forward. One more step, one more try, one more effort. And here's the most amazing part. The one step you take today might be the step that changes your life forever. The one effort you make might open a door you never imagined. The one decision to persist might create the momentum for a breakthrough. But you will never know if you stop. So no matter how hard it is, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times you have failed, keep moving forward. One step at a time, one effort at a time, one day at a time. The power of one more step is not just about reaching your goal. It is about proving to yourself that you are capable. It is about building strength, courage, and resilience. It is about refusing to let doubt, fear, or exhaustion control your journey. Remember, success is not a giant leap. It is the sum of small steps taken consistently. And sometimes, that one step you take today is the step that will change everything. So when you feel like stopping, when you feel like giving up, when the road seems impossible, take one more step. Try one more time. Do one more effort. Because the difference between giving up and breaking through is just one more step. Keep moving forward. Keep believing. Keep taking steps and your breakthrough will come. 5. Your future self is waiting. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself 5 years from now. Picture the person you could be, stronger, wiser, more confident, more capable. Now think about how you got there. You are standing tall because you refused to give up today. You are here because, even when life was hard, even when the road was long, even when failure knocked you down, you chose to rise. Your future self is waiting, waiting for the choices you make today. Every effort you put in, every small step you take, every moment you decide to keep going, it is shaping the person you will become. Right now, your dreams might feel distant. Your goals might feel impossible. Your progress might feel slow. But your future self doesn't care about the struggle you feel today. Your future self cares about your persistence. Your future self is proud of the choices you are making right now. Every time you push through doubt, every time you take one more step, your future self grows stronger. Imagine looking back 5 years from now. You see all the challenges you faced. You see the moments you felt like quitting. You see the nights when you were tired, frustrated, or unsure. And then you realize something incredible. None of it was wasted. Every struggle, every failure, every disappointment was building the person capable of living your dream. Your future self is waiting, and that future self is asking one thing from you today. Don't give up. That's it. That is all. Don't give up. Because the choices you make today, the decision to keep going, will create the life you will live tomorrow. Your future self is not just waiting for your success. Your future self is waiting for your courage. Your future self is waiting for your resilience. Your future self is waiting for your belief in yourself. Every time you act despite fear, every time you try again, every time you refuse to quit, you are giving your future self the tools they need to thrive. Now think about what your life could look like if you continue. Your goals realized, your dreams fulfilled, the impact you want to make on the world finally happening. The opportunities you have always wished for now in your hands, all because you chose to take one more step, one more effort, one more day of persistence. And the most beautiful part, your future self doesn't see this as a struggle. Your future self sees it as the journey that made everything possible. The nights you cried, the moments you doubted, the times you felt like giving up, all of it transformed into strength, wisdom, and success. Your future self is waiting, and that future self is cheering you on, saying, "You are capable. You are strong, you are worthy, keep going. So when life feels hard, when obstacles appear, when doubt whispers in your ear, remember, your future self is waiting for you to show up, waiting for you to take that step, waiting for you to fight through the challenge, waiting for you to prove that you are not defined by failure, but by persistence. And one day, not far from now, you will become that future self, stronger, wiser, confident, successful, all because you refuse to give up today. Your future self is waiting, and it is calling you forward. Answer that call, take the step, make the effort, believe in yourself, because the life you dream of is waiting for you. And the incredible truth is, your future self is already proud of you for simply refusing to quit. So go, keep moving, keep striving, keep believing. Your future self, the stronger, wiser, unstoppable version of you, is waiting, and it is ready to live the life you are creating right now. So here's the truth. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has faced the moment you are in right now, the moment when quitting feels easier than trying. The struggle, the doubt, the slow progress, it is all part of the journey, but imagine if you keep going. Imagine one more step, one more effort, one more day of persistence. Your breakthrough might be closer than you think. Your future self, the stronger, wiser, unstoppable version of you, is waiting for you to refuse to quit, waiting for you to take action, to keep moving forward, to prove that your dream is worth it. Don't give up. Not today, not now. Keep going, because the life you've been dreaming of is waiting for you on the other side of perseverance. And one day, you'll look back and realize every struggle, every failure, every moment you almost quit led you exactly here. So rise, push forward, and step into the future you were born to create.